Hey, welcome to an episode of DIYCarModz. I'm Jeff, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get rid of these lights. If you're driving all of a sudden and you're getting all the lights turned on along with the forward collision fail warning, I will show you the steps that you need to take to get rid of these lights. Now, there's a few reasons why these lights are turning on. It could be that the battery is low on voltage. The 9-channel cord has a battery sensor, and so whenever it detects low voltage, it's going to trigger all these lights to come on. It could also be the ABS module is going bad, and so in that case you do have to repair the ABS module. The ABS module is really expensive. It's about 1,500 bucks. There are companies out there that will repair it. You just have to remove it, send it, and they'll fix it if it's fixable and then send it back. That usually costs about 200 bucks. But before you do all that, there's a simple way to check if you are able to turn off these lights. Now, when you scan your vehicle, don't be alarmed that you are gonna get those error codes for the lights that are on, such as right here, ABS and power steering. They should be also the tire as well, and traction control probably is going to show up in here once it's done scanning. But do not think that those are what's causing those lights to turn on. As I mentioned before, if your ABS module is out, if your speed sensor on one of your wheel is out, if you have low voltage, all those lights are going to turn on by default. And so there you go. Look, forward collision warning, power steering, ABS. Those are all the codes that's found on the scanner when I scan this. All right, so this right here is the VSA module. This right here, if it goes bad, all those lights will turn on. Now this part right here costs about $1,500, or if it's repairable, you can send it to a repair company. They will repair it for 200 bucks. You have to pay for shipping to and back, but that's an option if this is defective. Now, before you spend the money to repair or replace the VSA module, I want you to verify that the battery sensor, the plug on that, is all connected and none of the wires are ripped off from this. What the sensor does is it senses the voltage and battery health, and if it senses that the battery is low on voltage or the state of health is low, it's gonna populate all those lights on that gauge cluster as you've seen before, okay? And once you verify that, after that, I want you to go ahead and disconnect both the ground and the positive terminal to reset the car's computer. Now, when you disconnect the battery terminal, you always want to start with the ground first and then the positive terminal. So I'm just gonna get my wrench and disconnect this. All right, put it aside, and then remove this and disconnect this one as well. All right, just like this. Now, if you have any green corrosion, acid corrosion on the battery terminal or the post right here, clean them off before you connect them. You can use something like this, and all you do is you just take the tip and then put it into the terminal and then just spin it around. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. That would clean the post, and then just open it up and there's a brush in here and you can clean the post in here. All right, and do the same thing for this one. Now, once you have everything cleaned off, that should be plenty of time that has gone by where you can just reconnect the terminal. When you reconnect, you want to start with the positive first. When you disconnected the negative first. When you reconnect, always connect with the positive first. Now, when you put this back on, make sure the nut is all the way down and you actually use a wrench to tighten this down. Just don't do it by hand tighten. That's not going to be tight enough. If you do not tighten this down, you're going to get a lot of different electrical issues. Your car might not start, or it might die while you're driving because this is not tight enough, and then it might have come loose from the battery terminal. All right, so make sure you tie this down. And all right, and then connect the other side. Same thing, make sure this is tightened all the way. Okay, it's not going anywhere. And that's it. Now start the vehicle and all those lights should disappear. Now here, I'm gonna start the vehicle now. And all those lights, of course, it's gonna turn on at first, but it will disappear. So there you go, all the lights disappeared. And one last thing is you are gonna get this right here where you have to enter the code for the radio for the 9th gen Accord. All you do is press and hold the power button. It tells you up here literally what to do, and you don't need to put any code. You just hold and press this, and there you go. Now after you've disconnected and reconnected the battery and the lights are still there, one of the issue, again, as I mentioned, is that your battery is low on voltage or the battery health is low. So you need to get your battery tested and replaced if that's the case. Sometimes what you can also do is drive the vehicle around, especially if the light turn on in the morning. After it's been sitting overnight and you turn it on in the morning, or you're after work and those lights are turning on, it also could be that there's not enough charge in the battery. And so you just need to drive the car for a couple blocks or a couple miles while the alternator charges the battery, and those lights should turn off again when you restart the vehicle. Now, if your battery gets tested and everything is fine, there's nothing wrong with it, they say that this is a good battery, and then you might want to look at your alternator to verify that your alternator is charging the battery. And then the last thing would be also speed sensor, like I mentioned. If you have a vehicle that you've lowered, you modify the suspension, or you replace your wheels, or maybe you're on a spare tire, that's also gonna put those lights on the dash as well, right? And so because the speed sensor might be messed up, and so you gotta consider that as well. And the last thing would be the dreaded VSA module right here. This thing needs to be sent in to get it repaired or replaced. Again, this right here is $1,500 for the part, and about $200 to $300 to get it repaired. But before you do all that, a simple, inexpensive fix to get rid of those lights might be just a computer reset, where you can do that by disconnecting both the ground and positive cable on your vehicle. Leave it off for a couple minutes, clean off any corrosions that you might see in the battery terminal, and then connect it back on. And as you can see on my vehicle, once I've done that, all the lights turned off. All right, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.